Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you, my viewers. On my previous FPS testing video with the P6 long rifle, a lot of you made a request for me to run the A03 as a DMR, and I said what the hell, why not, let's run it. Even more so now that the P8-AR has had a huge nerf when it comes to its damage. It went from 52 damage per shot to 45, or if you like to look at the other metric numbers, 199 to 176. While the A03 sniper rifle is sitting at a smooth 42.5 or a 160 damage output. Since the P8 is now nerfed, both of these rifles are now comparable, but there is a huge difference between the two because the A03 is classified as a sniper rifle, meaning it's going to have a further range versus the P8-AR. But hey, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel for another video because you guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Today, I'm going to be taking the A03 into Ghost Arena and run the entire zone without any cuts or edits, just to show you guys what this rifle is made of. This is a continuation of the contested zones without any cuts or edits. So far what I've done already is I run Checkmate Station with the S38 pistol and the P6 long rifle, one taking the chapel route and the other taking the marketplace route. So if you're interested in checking out any of those videos within this series that I'm creating, please feel free to take a look down below in the description for those videos. But just like those two other uploads, this one is not going to be very dialogue heavy just because I want to let the gun speak for itself as I run Ghost Arena in its entirety. The A03 is strong, it really is strong. Its fire rate is ridiculous, very smooth recoil with a scorched comp attached to it, and it just puts in the work. This thing is super nice, I do enjoy it, and I think it may replace my P8-AR since it is getting nerfed. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys are happy or sad that the P8-AR is catching some heat. I know that the change is going to anger a lot of people, but in my personal opinion, I'm realistically not fazed, mainly because I use a lot of other weapons besides the P8. And I highly recommend that you guys give a bunch of these other weapons in the game a chance as well. The Arclight pistol, Coda pistol, U-Brev, ATSCAP, A03, all of these are great firearms that a lot of people just don't run with that much. I highly recommend you guys put down the meta and just have some fun with what makes you smile. Now, as you can see in the current live build of the game, there is a lot of desync when it comes to the NPCs. I am literally shooting these animals, putting bullets into them, and the bullets are just literally flying through them. The same thing can be said for the actual NPC humans walking around as well, which can be a little teetering when I'm trying to square off against all of these NPCs. But to give you guys my impressions of the A03 and how it handles itself is pretty simple. When it comes to the medium to low tier armored enemies, it takes them down within about 1 to 2 shots. And for the heavies, it takes about 4 to 5. So it realistically is on par to the P8-AR in the PTU. So to let anyone who absolutely must know, during this speed run I came across 0 players. And I was in a populated server, about 400 people was in my server, so I was very surprised that I managed to run the entire zone without seeing not one player. But the NPCs were spawning in with force. These motherfuckers were relentless and they were not letting up on me, causing me all types of harm and damage as I was going into each separate zone in Ghost Arena. Now to answer the question that a lot of people keep on asking me, where do you find the Tweaker Size 1 comp, where do you find the Tweaker Size 2 comp and emod? You find them here at Ghost Arena. This is the place where you will find them the most. As you see here, Tweaker Size 2 emod. Inside of here, Tweaker Size 1 attached to the SMG. It is so easy to find these tweaker compensators and emods at Ghost Arena that it's absolutely hilarious. They're literally spawned all over the map in the weapon crates. All you gotta do is just look, pick up the weapon, and then detach the attachment and put it on your weapon of choice. I've ran these contested zones back to back so many times that I pretty much know them like the back of my hand. I know where all the NPCs are going to spawn, and I'm always prepared for this zone. It's one of my favorite things to do in Star Citizen right now is to run these zones, and I do enjoy them. I ain't gonna lie, the A03 is smooth. I am greatly enjoying this thing. I have been using it for quite a while now in the contested zones just to make sure you guys have a really nice video. But damn, does this thing shoot like nothing else. This door I keep on peeping right here is a spawn closet. Usually if you kill one enemy, a whole entire platoon of dudes spawn in right after them. Usually about another 8 soldiers come through that door after you get done clearing that area. So it's like, you know, a traumatic experience for me. So I always got to keep an eye on that door whenever I walk through this particular part of Ghost Arena. That was 3 shots for a heavy armored NPC. Now that I have all 3 key cards, it is now time to play the waiting game. But luckily, since 4.1.1 came out, they have reduced the timer for the Ghost Arena's vault to actually open up. It used to be on like a 30-minute timer, but now it's more or less a 15-minute timer. So I do what I usually do, and I'm gonna go up top here to go wait it out and get a cool screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. And luckily, I didn't have to wait very long for the doors to open. Maybe about a whole minute or so, but the doors opened and I made my way into the loot room to gather all of that glorious loot and ship components. perfect location for an awesome thumbnail. If you guys recently watched my how to create a cool thumbnail for your video, then you will recognize this scene right here. Now remember, always keep your head on a swivel because you never know when you may run into a player. In my case, I just got lucky that I didn't run into any. And boom, that is pretty much it. This is the Gemini A03 sniper rifle being used as a DMR. Just to let you guys know, this thing is absolutely a delight to use. I do enjoy it even more so now that it is comparable to the P8-AR with its damage output. You kit this thing out properly with a proper compensator. I used a scorch compensator, a laser pointer, and I used the Delta Scorched Reflex 1, which will give you 1 to 3 times zoom, which allows you to have a high field of view so you're able to stay more aware of your surroundings while you're out there in the zones, keeping your head on a swivel for those NPCs and players who may be lurking around the corners. But I was able to run Ghost Arena in about 11 minutes. Like I said, this is a very quick and fast zone, depending if you're actually going to loot every little thing that you find on the ground. I know y'all loot goblins out there love to look in every single crate, but with all these NPCs and players around, it may not be the most optimal decision to do if you're actually going to run the zone properly. But hey, all of you A03 lovers, sound off down below in the comments and tell me why you love this rifle. Now P8-AR lovers, come front and center. You guys are now on the pedestal. What is going on? How do you guys feel with the current nerf that is about to hit us once 4.2 goes live? This is not officially on the actual patch notes. It was data mined, and people are really upset with the current changes that are going to be going underway with the P8-AR. Other than that, the only contested zone I have left to do is Obituary. I want you guys to comment down below what firearm I should do between the P8 SMG or a railgun, a grenade launcher, or something else of your choice. Make sure you take a look at my FPS firearm playlist just in case you haven't seen any of the firearms I've already done in the past. Maybe there's something out there that may intrigue you that you want to check out. But hey, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to slap that like button because it really does help push me up in the algorithm so more eyes are able to see me. But you guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.